Welcome to Over the Line, eFootball Debates. My name is Dave O, and joining me on the show today, we've got Nigel, Gav, and Kunle. Unfortunately, Liverpool fan John has not shown up, and I don't think he's going to be on today. Understandably so, but gents, welcome. How are we?
Yeah, I'm
All
feeling
good.
great.
On top of the world, mate. On top of the league.
At the top is just us.
Trust me.
Right, so before we begin the show, I just want to put out there real quick. I am having technical difficulties, so for today, my talking is going to be minimized, and it's going to be pretty much the gents carrying the show for today, which I'm sure you guys out there are going to. Before we begin proceedings, I'm just going to read out the scores as usual from the weekend, and then I'm going to throw it over to the gents for tonight's show. So starting with Saturday's results, we had Nottingham Forest losing at home 3-0 to Chelsea, resulting in Ange, whose tenures always end in trophies, as Nottingham Forest manager. We then had Brighton beating Newcastle 2-1 at home, Burnley beating Leeds 2-0 at home, Crystal Palace and Bournemouth drawing 3-3 with a hat trick from Mateta. Pretty certain Wilfred Zaha loved seeing that. We had Manchester 2-0, Sunderland beating Wolves 2-0, Arsenal beating Fulham 1-0 away from home with yet another set piece ole ole. On the Sunday, we had Tottenham losing at home 2-1 to Aston Villa. Great result for tonight's match between West Ham and Brentford. Saw Liverpool go down 2-1 at home to Manchester United. So, with that being said, would have loved to have thrown it over to John at this point to discuss, but he's not here. You know, it seems that you were the only one that believed in your team being able to get a result, because when you said you were confident going there, I thought you were going to get smashed 5-1. I'm not going to lie. But you
Nah.
come away, you've done Arsenal a favour. So thank you for that. But nice, talk to us about the result.
Well, to be honest, there was no difference to really what you've seen when we've played against the big boys, Man City aside. It's just the only difference, as what I've been saying to you guys since we started this show, is that the moment we stop having a keeper that will throw the ball into the back of our net, right? Then, because goals change games, like I keep telling you. And the same way that we started fast against you in almost every opposition, apart from a couple this season, that's exactly what we did to Liverpool, and they just couldn't handle us. Yes, they did create a number of chances, but honestly, we should have put that game out of sight way before Gakpo started hitting posts and all this stuff. I am beyond proud of my players. I am proud of every single one of them. They can you hear me? So I
Yeah.
am I'm beyond proud of my boys. What the way that we went to Anfield where we haven't won for nearly 10 years. Okay. So we've come and we've been dismissed over and over and over again. And my boys said, nah, that's enough now. Okay. This Liverpool side, they ain't all that. Other teams have tried, they failed, and we said we're gonna come up on their own patch and we're gonna show them what time it is. When the lineup came on, I saw social media going crazy. What's Amarin doing? Why is he playing Maguire? Why is he playing Delip? Where's Euro? Why is he playing Delo? Okay, I do agree with the Delo one, and we'll come to that. They thought that Casemiro, he played 90 minutes over twice over the international break over in Asia, came back Trojan. Um, and we all knew that Kirkers was a weak link, and I thought we completely obliterated him and we just exposed him. And I was really interested to hear what John had to say now, because I did ask him about Kirkers previously, and in my opinion, there's no defense for not being able to defend 1-on-1. You can say when you, as a group and as a unit, but when someone's running at you, there's nothing to do with anyone else. Like, you should be able to defend your ground. I think that Bumo, I did tell you guys, when we signed him, season upon season, he's been getting better. His stats are proving that he's proven wondrous for us. I loved how I love what Mount did, by the way, as well. I thought Mount was fantastic. He set the tempo for the game for us. And when the pressure was on, when Slot's only tactic was just to throw every forward that they had, right? I think he went into like some kind of 4-2-4 formation. I was like, what's going on? I think at the end of the game, all the only defenders he had was, all defensive-minded players he had was Perkez, Van Dijk, and Konate. And I was looking at thinking, just give us a break. We just need that one break as they were piling onto us. And then Big Slabhead, my man, Maguire. And you know what? I think everyone here has to put some respect on this man's name. What this man has gone through, how we have treated him as fans, how managers have treated him, to ban him essentially from the squad, strip him from the captaincy. Man, want to try to sell him to West Ham. This guy, whatever he did, was it Cyprus where he got in trouble by the law? Listen, this guy, to come back the way he has come back. And if you remember last season when we drew 2-2 with Liverpool and he missed the last minute chance and he skied it over the bar. Talk about trials and tribulations, and to come back and stand tall like that, man, what a performance. And he was dominant in everything in the air. They didn't have anything when it came to set pieces. Now there was that glaring header that Gakpo and Messi should have scored. All right, give that. And Isak should have scored when one-on-one with our goalkeeper. I was a bit worried that my keeper didn't come out to claim the ball, but he brought out the De Gea in him and saved it with his foot. And there was that one where you could have said Salah could have done better, where he smashed it wide. Other than that, the rest of it was all long shot. And I'm fine. If you're able to beat my keeper from 20, 30 yards, then yeah, you deserve it. Yeah, there were two shots that hit the post, and there was one jammy one that was a cross cover shot that hit the post. But other than that, you know, I've even talked about our chances that we had. And like I said, the game should have been at least 2-0 up before Liverpool would have come. But what I found interesting is that tactically, Slot had nothing. As tactics, all he could do was throw on his big money signings and hope for the best. But there was no shape to his game. They're at home. There was no control. He made it into like a basketball match, which I found. Because when he took over Klopp last season, everyone said, you know, that whole rock and what did they call it? Did he call it rock and roll football? I think.
Rock and roll football.
Yeah, and they said that he came. People saying they didn't recognize it wasn't the original Liverpool because he brought calm and he was tactical, tactician.
We spoke about that. We spoke about that. He put air in the tires. That's all he did.
Yeah, and no, I'd have to say, look, I'm really happy for Amorim as well. He's also gone through it, but I'm hoping now that, you know, it was a good win against Sunderland. And what I mean by that is that there was just no dramas. We just won 2-0. You know, like I think you won 2-0 that day as well. It was just a standard ticket. Move on to tick the box, move on to the next one. And so that's how I felt about the Sunderland game. This one, big team, beat them again, dispatched them. And now I think we played all the ones that finished in the top 4, 5. I think apart from even Spurs didn't. I think we played everyone in the top 4 that finished in the top 4 last season. So now I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping now that that if we beat Brighton in our next game, we would hit 16 points out of the first 9 games, and my target was 15. So he actually would have been overachieving, and I'm really pleased about that. And for all the headlines that you've read about my team, you do realize that we're only 1 point behind Spurs when their manager was supposed to be the second coming. 1 point behind Chelsea, 2 points behind Liverpool, and 3 points behind Man City. You guys are a bit away, so I'm not going to bring you into it. But
not anymore. You're not counting them points behind Arsenal anymore. You stopped doing that.
No.
You stopped doing that.
I got enough other teams close to me. So like,
good idea.
As we keep winning, as I said, we're going on a good run now. We got. I desperately want to beat Tottenham after how they beat us every game last season, right? So if we're able to start. You know, the whole reason why he bought Jokers, if we start beating these teams, the run-of-the-mill teams, then we have a real good chance of finishing top 5, top 6, 5 even. But anyway, one step at a time. Let's beat Brighton. But yeah, I'm beyond delighted. I'm so sorry that John isn't here because I really did have some questions for him. But yeah, we move on.
I don't disagree with much what you said, to be honest. It is a great win. It's amazing. I actually was celebrating United winning yesterday. What's that about?
Me too.
Bad example for my kids. But yeah, it was a great win. But only thing is, and I said this about when you played us, and maybe I didn't really watch the Chelsea game, but I feel like you don't want to become that team that only get up for the big games. Because like you said, the run of the mill teams is what will ruin you if that's what it is. Like Man United, I thought you'd get something out of the game. I weren't convinced you'd win, but I definitely thought it'd be a draw. Because I thought you're gonna want it. And Liverpool, you know what I think about Liverpool this season. I think they're poor, and we can analyze them. And there's nothing about them. And Amorim having a tactical masterclass over the Messiah slot is amazing to me. That was the best part of it. Like, this guy had no idea. He didn't know what he was doing. But yeah, kudos to United, man. Cunha looked sick.
Cunha looked amazing.
I like what Cunha was doing. Yeah, overall, there was one point I remember turning to my son and saying, like, these lot are popping the ball around Liverpool. Like, you lot actually was popping the ball around the midfield and thinking, that's embarrassing. But Liverpool in problems, man. And I think Slot's cracking. More like, bro, he's got no idea. What's he doing?
The thing that got me is that both Slot and Van Dijk were complaining that McAllister got a head injury and fell on the floor. But what Van Dijk and both failed to mention is that it was their own player. It was their own player that elbowed him in the back.
He was the one that knocked him out.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
It was crazy. It was crazy. And the thing is, I get that obviously they wanted to stop the game, but even if it was the goal was so quick after him actually getting his injury that in natural play it wouldn't have happened that quickly anyway. That makes sense?
No, it wouldn't have. It wouldn't. Absolutely wouldn't have.
So I think if they just clutch at straws, Liverpool players, coaches, and fans, they're very weird. John not being here, by the way, that's blasphemy. That's like
they're not weird. They're not weird. They're soft.
That's what it is.
Soft, man. They're all soft.
It don't make sense.
They cry. You hear Slots, sorry, go on.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, Gavin, you're right though about that's why I said the game before this one when we did beat Sunderland. Yes, I know relegated for the weather. But that
was a good sign.
No issues. Yeah, there was no issues, no dramas. We just dispatched them. I'm hoping, because I had this hope against Brentford and we got battered. So I'm hoping that against Brighton, if we're able to beat Brighton, who's also had a number on us, and Danny Welbeck keeps scoring against us, if we're able to dispatch of Brighton, I'm going to be quietly confident, actually be quite loudly confident about how we move on throughout the season. I'm not going to lie to you. Sorry, Kunle, what was that?
No, I was saying just in terms of their softness and saltiness. You see the quotes coming from Slot's post-match interview when he's talking about, they always play Sesko and they changed him for us.
Was that real? Because I need evidence if that was real.
I need to know if that's real. I haven't seen it, but then he's been saying a lot. He does say a lot of salty stuff,
and that's the thing.
That's what I've noticed about him.
People aren't sure if it's real or not because it sounds like something he would say. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it sounds like a Slot type of quote. I told you a lot about this guy. I don't rate him. I don't rate him. There's nothing about him that he's clever in the sense that he went somewhere that was working and he managed it. Like, as in, he saw where the little errors were, but now he's trying to rejig it and do his own thing. It's terrible. It's really bad. Like, really, really bad.
When I saw Ekitike on the bench, do you know how happy I was? I couldn't begin to.
It didn't make sense.
He's been their best player, and
it didn't make sense.
So Kunle, the same way I can say to him about we bench Sesko for them idiot. Right? So what can I say about it?
It didn't even make sense. I mean, overall, I said it from the start. I thought United deserved their win. If you go to a place like Anfield, you're gonna need a bit of luck. That's just how it goes. You're away from home. You have to ride the luck sometimes, and then when you get your chances, you take it. And this is why when we went to Anfield, remember I was pissed off, and everyone's like, "Why are you pissed off?" This is what I said. They are there for the taking. You just have to go at them. That defense is diabolic. It's literally
It's
Van
really
Dijk,
bad.
inshallah. And when his aura doesn't work, you see what he's about. And then you've got freaking Kirkes. I said it. When you're playing at Bournemouth, your highlights look good because everyone's watching the good things that you do. When you go to a big club, they watch everything that you do, how you defend, how you attack, everything. And right now, the spotlight is on him, and he's drowning in it. He's absolutely drowning.
No,
I
you know
show
what,
Speed on the other side of the right back. They don't even want to use him. They don't even want to use him anymore. They got Bradley. This is, and this is where, in terms of slot, it's just doing. It's scattergun. It's a scattergun approach because Szoboszlai is not a right back, but his go-to every time is to suppose down to right back. You've got right backs on the bench, and then obviously the last time when John was here, I asked him, "Where's Mo Salah?" I'm still asking this question now. Where is Mo Salah? Because ever since that, I remember we asked him. Yeah.
He's looking at prices to Madrid to go and get his boy back. That's what he's doing. He wants to get his boy back because he can't play without his boy.
We asked him about the big contract. Exactly. Apparently, Trent is the gem to everything. But we said when a player gets the big contract, we usually see what happens. We said, is the big contract affecting Salah? He said, nah. He blah blah blah. That shot, the one where he went to hit and he kicked it. I don't even know. I don't even know what type of that was. When you saw that, he's like, yeah, this guy is like, he's basically, I think he's been space jammed. I think someone's just taking all his power. But at the same time, he's getting older. You're not going to get any better. You can only get worse.
It's like he emptied the clip last season. That's what it looks like to me.
He emptied the clip. He unleashed every venom that he had. He gave it everything, and he's now running. Because he doesn't even look, even the way he runs, the way he controls the ball, he just doesn't look the same anymore. And it was obviously the win benefited Arsenal, so obviously I was cheering. But I thought it was a deserved win, and I think it's nice. Just Liverpool fans have been brought back down to earth because I think they started to think their shit don't stink.
They said they would walk the league.
They walk the league. It's that we won the transfer window, and everyone always said winning the transfer window doesn't always translate to the pitch, and they're starting to see that. And I think even right at the start, I think one of the episodes where me and Dave were on first before everyone, and we were talking about why they getting Isak, and we always said, yeah, it could go two ways. It's either it's going to work beautifully, or it's just going to disrupt the harmony that they've got. Because Isak wants to be the main man, Ekitike wants to be the main man, Salah wants to be the main man. Everyone can't be the main man.
Do you guys think with Isak he might be one of them situations where the badge is a bit too heavy?
I think Kunle said something about that was that's very true, and I'll give you all live examples. So he said Kirkes, people only watch the good stuff and whatever you do in fantasy, and no one else really looks at anything much else. And I'll give you other examples. You know, during this time, especially when we've just been shocking, right? Everyone's been going on to me about anytime McTominay does something or Elanga does something. But Elanga didn't do anything for Newcastle. We saw the other game. In fact, he's been struggling. But nobody will talk about that. Only the times when they're only getting a goal. Yeah. And then they will talk. And people even had the nerve to talk to him about Højlund after you all saw for 2 years what this man did in the Man United shirt. And he scored a couple of goals for Napoli. People even had the nerve. That's how deep they will go, bro. All right. So you're completely right on that, Kunle. Is the shirt too heavy for him? I'm still going to give him the little bit of benefit of the doubt. Although it's either the shirt is too heavy or Slot got it really wrong when he said his preseason is done and he's ready to smash the league. So which one is it? Slot said he's good to go.
What is he? What am I trying to say? He's got, for me, Wirtz. Okay, cool. There's certain things you can give him a little bit more grace, even though that time period's coming to an end. But these lot were telling me he's the best striker in the world. I'm not gonna lie, I would have loved him to come to Arsenal at that time, but he knows the league. You've been playing the league. You're around better players, etc. Like what are we doing here? Like, I don't understand. What are we going to be making excuses for? Give him a bit more time, but how much time?
I'm going to give him until after the November international break, right? He would have had a few more games. He would have gone away with Sweden and played. That's pre-season for me. That's
But
that.
does he-
Nah, pre-season done, man. He's had time. He
This is what I'm
played
trying to
a couple
say.
games.
That's what Slot said. But if you don't rate Slot as a manager,
Exactly.
then
No. I'm going by Slot. I'm going by what the Liverpool fans said. They said he came in late, never had pre-season. He's had a couple of games for Liverpool. He's had 2 or 3.5 games for Sweden, 90 minutes.
True.
And they said after the national break, you'll see what the real Isak is about. And that we saw. Because
I don't think.
Yeah.
I just don't see us seeing the Newcastle Isak at this point. I might be wrong. I might be proved wrong, and I'm happy to admit if I'm wrong here. But he doesn't look as confident. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, he's not got that aura. Like, I remember him bagging goals against us and moving mad.
But I
That
think you're
the
right,
level,
because-
the level of arrogance isn't there anymore. That confidence and whatnot. And I think it could be a number of things. It could be because he's at Liverpool now, and it's not just Newcastle where he was the god. And he's got people like Salah around him that are saying, "Little man, you just got here, bro. Like, what's your medal hall saying? Because mine, you know what I mean? People are saying I should be a Ballon d'Or winner. Why are they telling you that you're the best in the world? It don't make sense."
I agree with you, because you got one ball. You got Salah wants to be the main man. Then the money you spent for Verts better mean he wants to be the main man. And then you got Isak, and then you got the young one Ekatike who's trying to make a name for himself. But there's only one football, right? And we've seen Real Madrid try the Galacticos. It didn't work. Is that what Liverpool are trying to do right now? And just like Real Madrid did, or when they saw Makelele, they've abandoned the defense. And so, and there's no control. There was no control at all. They should have been able to take this thing out of the game, and then pass the ball around. And they're at home, with the crowd behind them. But what I love about what we did is that after 60 seconds, Anfield was silent. Did you guys hear? After this saying that, after that, did you hear another peep from them, bro?
That's what you need to do.
You could hear a pin drop.
That's what you need to do. Thick. But this is why when people say that they won the transfer window, I can't agree. They brought like a lot of shiny toys, but they got gaping holes in their midfield and their defense looks shoddy. Like, you can't. We're in October. What do you mean you won the transfer window? You spent all that money and you still got holes in your team. That sounds like bad business to me.
That's unacceptable to me.
Sounds like bad, but I think it's going to continue. I think because the thing is, and again, I can't remember. I think it was Carragher or someone referenced it, yeah. And I remember it as clear as day when we went 49 games unbeaten, and then United beat us. It was very similar, and we forgot how to lose. Like, these men, they're not going to. I don't think they're going to be able to recover just overnight. Everyone was saying, "Oh, after the international break," like, we saw what happened after it. These lot, I think they're just sinking deeper and deeper. I can't see them recovering. City's the team I'm worried about, personally.
Yeah,
I said that from the start. I said City to win it before the close of the transfer window. I actually said City, just because of who the manager is and that machine that they have up front. He's the Terminator. I watched the Everton game, and it's like, I don't even know, a ball go in the air. It's not even a good ball, and he will leap, and you just think, where are you going? And it is mad watching him. He's just a robot, and he's like inevitable. Like, you can, yeah. That's why I said City, because I just feel they have the know-how. They have Pep, and then if you have Haaland, you have a chance.
Yeah, but he has to stay fit. For them to have a chance,
obviously, that's the problem. Yeah, he has to stay fit, because when he comes out the team, they're not as scary anymore. But
not at all.
No, it's just it's a joy to behold, and it's a joy to watch, and just the various groups, Liverpool fans just disappearing. It's literally, I mean, I expected it. I've said it before. They're the worst losers. They try go on like they're this special club. We got special fans, but they are the worst losers. The worst. Because even
I don't want to see John on here with that medal, and I don't want to see them glasses on his face on here ever again.
Yeah, because David, because when they beat you with that wondrous free kick, right? Like, you guys all came on, and
of course, I had to salute. Minutes later, we were there straight away.
When we lost to you, even though, man, that one stung. We all take it, like, David. You have to speak with him. It's unacceptable. You have to come represent your club. You got
But
to
you know who was there?
support in good time.
Do you know who was there both them nights talking the most? Right then.
Nah,
I love it.
It's,
I love it.
it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. But it is funny because I think someone in one of the other groups.
I'm just gonna
Nigel. Oh God.
I was just gonna jump in here quickly that as we're recording this live, I hope you guys can hear me because I am having technical difficulties. Apologies, but Brentford have just taken half 1-0.
Brentford are winning.
Yeah, currently 1-0 up at West Ham.
Poor Nuno. But
It's a
they're
mess.
going down. They're one of my picks to go down. I remember, and I said they're going down, man. Yeah, you can't do Bowen and hope forever. It's not sustainable to rely on just one person to do everything for you. So yeah, that's
Liverpool proof.
Exactly.
Nigel, moving the conversation on a bit. What do you think about Arsenal?
I think that you guys are. You know, I was really looking forward to this game. I'll tell you why. Because I wanted to, because we battered Fulham in the first half and they came at us in the second half and then we drew 1-1. So I was really interested. I like it when you guys play teams that we play because it just gives me an idea where we're at and was the criticism against my team too much, or should we have done better? I thought that they huffed and puffed, but honestly, you dealt with it.
They huffed and puffed and didn't get a shot on goal.
Nothing. They huffed and puffed. I tell you what, though, that Kevin looks good.
Yeah, he's a baller.
I saw little bits and pieces. I thought, I'm glad we played him already. But yeah, I was just hoping to see a bit more from them. But I have to say, man, you guys, Calafiori is so annoying. Like all of your defenders, I wouldn't even mind. If the old Arsenal when you had Winterburn and all of that, it was just the back line, right? But it just annoys me that there's some of your most attacking players as well. It's just like, give me a break.
Both of them. Timber as well.
Both of them. And Gabriel when he gets bigger up in there.
Timber's moving mad as well. I didn't really think he was great going forward previously, but this season he's unlocked another dimension, I think.
But that's the great thing about competition because White's back now, yeah? He's back.
Yeah, he's fit.
Yeah, so he's just I agree with everything you just said. He was like a Lee Dixon last season, but this season, this guy,
he's popping up. He's popping up furthest forward sometimes.
What's interesting, exactly, furthest forward, and the way your defenders are playing, you're making Saliba look like the worst one. That's the best compliment I can give them. The rest of how your other teams are playing, Saliba looks the worst out of all of them at this moment in time. And for me, he's one of the best defenders on the planet. So, and that's the biggest compliment I can give your back four right now. And it just annoys me that Raya doesn't get tested because it's just that whenever I'm watching and go, Raya is one of the best goalkeepers in the league. But I ain't seen him do anything to be I really and truly, I haven't seen him do anything. But you guys are giving but listen.
I'll send you a highlight reel.
Oh, come on. But do you know what? How many highlight reel over how many games? 200 games? That's ridiculous, bro. I'm not saying that he should be getting peppered and look like someone like Pickford. I'm not saying anything like that. But I'm just your defense doesn't allow him to show anything, and it's freaking annoying.
I think
even to come and claim, I watch when Costa's coming to your box. Your defense still with it. He doesn't even come out to claim it.
He does. Right? He can do it though. He's one of them keepers you can depend on when the ball's coming to the box.
I just want to say
he ain't got no problems with it.
I hate to see you, but I mean clearly, especially for this podcast, believe me, I'm watching Arsenal, right? And it's just that the way the commentators just easily say it just rolls off their tongue. And I'm like, but based on what? He hasn't done anything. He hasn't had to do anything. Your defense is cleaning up. And, this guy. They'll head the ball back to him and you'll pick up. That's why Raya is one of the best goalkeepers in the league. I'm like, what?
Nah. He does what it is. He does.
Do me a favor. The next time you guys are watching Arsenal, I beg you just hear the way the commentators speak of your goalkeeper when he's done nothing.
I agree with them. I hear them. I agree with them. They say what I'm thinking. They say what I'm thinking. The guy's phenomenal.
I'll tell you what's interesting to me though. Man, you guys have really put in faith. I thought you just gave Trossard and you gave Trossard a new contract, right? I thought that was just a squad number, but like I'm very interested in what you guys are doing right here. I think Trossard is amazing as a sub. I'll be honest. But it seems like all the players that are not starting, you seem to put a rocket up their ass, because Martinelli, I thought the last year and a half has just been shocking. But this season, whenever he's come off the bench, he's looked dangerous, and I'm just seeing danger all over your pitch in the attacking front. Although you're not quite clicking just yet, but I'm guessing that will come. My question to you is, what do you think of Gyökeres?
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
No,
everyone's going
because you're not clicking.
Let Kunle go first. Let Kunle go first.
I don't think you're. Wait, can I just say? I don't think you're clicking in an attacking sense. Yeah, neither Man United, by the way. We'll get there. I don't think you're clicking in an attacking sense just yet. And whenever I'm listening to about other Arsenal fans, they will say, "I will see the true Arsenal as an attacking force when Havertz comes back." But
I agree.
When Havertz was there, they were saying you need Gyökeres. So I just want to hear what you guys think, because I don't know. When one player plays, you say the other one. When that one's playing, you say the other one. So I don't know what you guys think.
I think two things can be true at the same time. I think Havertz missing has an impact on Gyökeres, because you have to see is that Gyökeres has had to play every single game for like 70 minutes each time. And I think if you had Havertz, there will be games where you can put him on the bench, then he'll come on against tired legs. He's more likely to score. The Gyökeres one is, like I said the last time we spoke, we're learning to play with a number 9. It's going to take time. The last one proper number 9 we had was Aubameyang, and then since then it's been like an inside forward. Even Jesus, he drops. Havertz, he drops. So the only criticism, not even a criticism, one thing I do notice about Gyökeres is that I think he needs to just tweak a little. Sometimes he's too ready to do the physical battle. So when the ball goes in the air, already he's looking at the defender thinking, I need to barge into you. Sometimes look at the ball, control the ball first, then barge into him. But I think it's gonna come. It just takes time. And obviously no one's really gonna speak about it as long as we keep winning. But I don't think it's anything to really worry about. But I do think when Havertz comes back, it will lessen the burden and the workload, because right now he's doing a lot because he's our only striker. But I'm not worried.
No,
I think
that wasn't the question. I think Gyökeres is going to get you 20-odd goals this season. I think he's going to be fine. I'm not worried about that. I do think, though, when he shoots, he goes for power instead of placement.
Oh, yeah. He tries.
Is that a lack of confidence?
Yeah, yes. I think right now, because he knows, obviously, he watches social media, because obviously he heard about the hair flick thing. So when he scored against Nottingham Forest, he done the hair flick in front of the camera. So I know he watches social media.
Do you know what he done before that? He blocked, what's his name? What's that Spurs fan that oozing his sauce?
Oh, Expressions.
Yeah, he blocked Expressions like the day he signed for Arsenal. I swear. As soon as he heard anything, he blocked him straight away.
See, he knows. I think
he's definitely watching.
No, but my question to you is, as an attack, when you guys are attacking, are you seeing your little interchange? You see chemistry there, but not just.
Oh, we're not clicking yet. Our whole we're not clicking yet. Even with Eze, we're not clicking yet. Everyone's still learning how to click with each other, and that's why when everyone used to say, "Oh, wait till Liverpool click," and I was like, "But Arsenal haven't clicked." So why is everyone talking about Liverpool? Because we're playing, we're getting the results, but I've never looked at Arsenal right now and think we're playing that champagne football. We do it in bursts, but it's never like over a sustained period, and it's to come. So yeah, our attack has not clicked at all. But when you have a defense like we do, you don't always have to click. You just need one, and that's why. And that's why. Even with the set piece or lay, I'm enjoying it, because everyone seems to think the referee just takes the ball and puts in the corner spot and says, Arsenal,
All right,
you
then.
get a corner.
All
We
right,
actually
then.
have to attack and get
All right. Then.
the corners come from blocks. The corners come from keepers having to make saves. So we've actually
Desperation.
done
You know,
something. Exactly. So we've done something to earn those corners, and every team gets corners.
Do
exactly.
you know what it is? Do you know what? I'll tell you what the other fans get annoyed about is there was one corner that you guys got, and SA was like, I was like, you know, the same celebration that people make when they win a penalty.
So you was going in, bro. You knew it was going in, bro. Last season was it? Last season. Last season when we played, I think we played at your ground and I watched it with a couple of United fans. Bro, I was celebrating as soon as we got the corner.
Yeah.
I knew Saka was stepping up, and that was it. Problems for you lot. That's how confident you are. That's how confident he is in our corners. You can't knock that. People celebrate when you get a penalty.
Yeah, but the way he celebrated was like it was a penalty. I'm saying that,
But
so I
to-
can
but
see
to
why
us-
fans should think. No,
to
but
us
I
it is.
understand.
To us, it is.
It basically is.
To us, it
But you
is.
do see, you see the panic in oppositions and the opposition fans. You see
Scrambling.
the panic in their eyes.
Can I say you one thing?
And they,
Do you know that Liverpool game? I didn't have one panic whenever they had a corner. Do you know how refreshing and good that felt?
Yeah.
exactly.
I had no jizz, like none.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
That's,
Regarding your question, Nigel, I think
Yep.
I got a slightly different perspective on it. I think what I'm seeing from Gyökeres is, and Arsenal fans might not like it, but I think he's kind of having to adapt to how we play as opposed to us adapting to how he plays. I think he's doing more of the hold up and trying to like play how Havertz would play. Obviously, Havertz does it better, but I think he's trying to be a big version of Havertz, if you like, or trying to learn the Havertz role. I don't know if I necessarily. I don't know if I necessarily like that, because what I would.
Your question.
Mm,
Do you think? I agree with you, by the way. And he's making him look like Højlund, right?
mm.
And so my initial question is that because he had his own style and the way he played, and that's the reason why you signed him. And for him to immediately start looking like he's trying to get into those tussles and looking to basically do things that's not his game.
He's
Is it one of two
facilitating.
things? Did he? Yeah. And is it that to try and fit in, he studied how Arsenal played previously and is trying to adapt his
No.
game, or
No.
do you think this is Arteta saying this is how we play?
Arteta has said that he doesn't mind a striker. I think if I remember rightly, he said when he signed Gyökeres, he told him he doesn't want a striker unless he's okay with not scoring after a few games but keeps on battling. So that winning the duels and like basically drawing players away from Saka. One of our biggest issues was that defenders would double up on Saka because they weren't really scared of Havertz. Whereas now they got that fear of Gyökeres, so they don't. He's a handful, which works in our favor. However, I want us, in my opinion, my ideal would be having a striker like him. We got a plan B. So, like Kunle was saying, if he's on the bench and Havertz is starting 60th, 70th minute, Gyökeres comes on, and we switch to, you're not gonna have to chase this guy, and he's gonna be giving you a whole different thing to think about. I'd prefer that. But if he's being trained, I think it's more by design to do the same things Havertz does. I don't know if it's going to work for him. I don't know if it benefits us personally.
The other problem that he has is because your defense is so good and your midfield is also so good, you guys have a lot of control. So you know the gaps to run in between, or you don't play long or fast. Yeah, and you don't.
He's
play
not getting them.
like because
the
you
low
guys
block,
have so
mid block,
much.
he's not getting it. Which is why he has to play like
he's only
Havertz.
gonna get it. Yeah, he has to drop deep.
Yeah,
He's only gonna get the
he can't do what he does. Sorry, Kunle, go on.
And I was saying he's only get to do that when we play the big teams and they come at us like the Liverpool.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's when he's gonna get that chance. But when we play the lower team, it's just gonna be low block, mid block, and he's just gonna have to. You can see he's frustrated at times, but he's
You say that, bro. You say that, bro. But like, Man City didn't want to do that, and that's City. They're not gonna. I don't think teams are gonna allow us to do that. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. However, I'm not gonna knock him. Because of the goal.
will go for you though. Like Man United will go for you. That'll be
Maybe, I don't know. You know better than me, I guess. But well, I can't knock him because I think he's doing what he's been told to do, and he's doing it relatively well. But teams are still doing what they did last season and the season before. It's low block, congestion, and we're trying to pop it around. So,
if I can just quickly sorry, if I can just quickly jump in here, I hope it sort of doesn't sort of look too choppy on the live, but just to pick up on a couple of, I've kind of been sat back and listening. Yeah, the reason why Gyökeres isn't looking as effective as maybe some fans had hoped, and Nigel, I think earlier on you said that you've got him pegged down for 20 goals odd this season. I'm going to reduce that down to 15, and I think I did say this before the season started that I had him more at 15 ability, but more because he is going to share starts with Havertz. I don't think he's going to get enough starts, meaning then enough minutes in his legs where he's going to get, you know, that 20-25, because he's not a bona fide starter like, say, a Haaland is. I think what's happening here is there's an adaptation period going on where Gyökeres is having to adapt to how we play, as well as Gyökeres adapting to us, we're adapting to him. You can see many times where he's made a run and there's a passing for him, but Gavin is right in that Arteta did say to him before signing that he doesn't want a striker where if he goes, it was 6 or 7 games without scoring and his head drops. He wants somebody.
But
he's going to keep battling. So if that's going to be that he plays, what Gyökeres is doing is he's allowing the likes of Saka and Trossard especially to flourish, because he is occupying more than one defender at a time. You can see it when he's making his runs wide, when he's making his runs wherever he's going, he's always got one defender stuck to him and another one covering him because they are worried about his presence up there. And all that is doing is that it's leaving Saka and Trossard free. Now, before we had a threat like Gyökeres and we were playing Havertz up front, what would happen is that Saka would always be double teamed because they knew the ball was going out there. You watch Arsenal closely now. The next time we play, we've got Crystal Palace coming up next. So it may not be the best example because they do attack. But in future games, just watch when Arsenal are playing and it's Gyökeres up front. How many times do you know Saka being double teamed? It's not that often. So he's now getting a lot of more freedom, tension away. Do I think Gyökeres will come good? 100%. I do think he will come good. I do think he will get goals. I don't think he's going to reach that 20. I think he's going to get to that 15. But once Havertz comes back, and me saying this, it's not a case of shiny new toy or they get better when they're injured. What I allow for is for Gyökeres to get that rest, because let's remember he never had a pre-season either. He's still working his way up to full fitness. Once Havertz comes back and they can share that load, you're going to see more of Gyökeres, because there'll be times where he can come on versus the tired legs. Right now, he's playing minute in, minute out, and you can see, you know, he's still working his way to fitness. So, yeah, there's an adaptation period going on. Yes, you know, we're not that used to playing with a number 9, but we'll come good. He'll come.
Well,
good.
A couple of things I need to ask you.
I've got him at 15 goals.
A couple of things I need to ask you before you said a few things. So the 15 goals, are you talking at all comps or are you talking about just league?
I'm talking about all comps.
Right. So I think what Arteta's doing is, if it's true what you're saying, what Arteta said to him is not right, and you're setting him up for fail. I'll tell you why. Because the football for forward, for striker, in today's age, when it's all about your XGs, goals, where it's just stats, if he went through a season with just 15 goals or just barely scraped by 15 goals, no matter what else he's doing, you know, when you say the shirt weighs heavy, because Højlund got 15 goals in his first season and it wasn't enough. This is Arsenal. I don't believe.
Sorry, I know what you're saying. I agree with you, but you know what the big caveat in that is? If he only scores 15 goals and we finish second, I completely agree with you. If he only scores 15, if he only scores 15 goals and we win the league, no one will talk about it.
That's what I was gonna say. You have to win, but you'll get away for the. This is Arsenal, and it's a striker for Arsenal. I'm telling you, and especially when you got clubs, and you're a London club, and you got all the other London teams who hate you, and you got Spurs, right? And the way social media works with this, you need to. Arteta needs to help him to be. He'll get a blind in his first season. He needs to be hitting 20s.
I think I don't know what you guys think, but I think there's a world where they can work together, like not start together, but in certain game states when we need a goal. Havertz and Gyökeres together would be something I'd like to see.
What, in the 10? But how can you now? Because you got Odegaard when he's back, and you got Eze. I just don't see how you can do that.
Not. I think it's an option. I just think it's an option. The same way when Martinelli's come on, Martinelli's gone through the middle at certain times with Gyökeres still there. I think it was a goal. I think it happened against City. I'm pretty sure.
You guys play about 60 games a season, right?
Yeah, something mad like that.
Yeah, you have to. Then you're putting a lot of pressure on everyone to win the league. In order to 15 goals, it would not suffice, right? And I understand what Arteta's saying, and he may be running the channels and doing all the stuff that you don't. But we have to think of the human being here, and this is Arsenal Football Club. You cannot be a striker for Arsenal, and if he plays around 60 games a season or over 50 games a season, you can't be getting 15 goals. You're destroying him.
I think from what the quote I remember it to be, I think it's more a case along the lines of just because you ain't scoring, bro, you don't mean you can't play. You have to still do your job until the goal comes. I think it's more along them lines as opposed to I don't want you to score more than 15 goals.
I don't know. Yeah, but I'm just raising it here. I'm just saying you'll get away with the first season. They'll say adaptation. In that second season, if he's not getting past 15, and you better hope that you win, because then afterwards it's going to be about if you do win it, it's going to be about you A, retaining it, and then B, going for the bigger prize in terms of the Champions League. If he's only hitting 15, you're going to see the pressure come on him, and his shoulders will drop.
The only game I was disappointed he didn't score in so far was West Ham. That was the only game I was disappointed in. The other game, obviously, he scored already, and the games when he hasn't scored, other than that, and even Fulham, they're a tough place to go to for us. I want him to be the flat track bully for us. I want him to feast on the dead teams. That's what I want.
I was really hoping I was going to be a draw, so I felt better about our result. But David, before we close, can we touch on Tottenham? Because I just want to say, because when Amarin's been getting slap up, everyone has been singing the praises of Tottenham and their manager, right? Saying, "Oh man, I should have gone for it." So can we just spend a few minutes on Tottenham, please? I just want equality for everyone.
I mean, to be honest, man, as a gooner, I'm inclined to say no, but I'm not that rude. What I will say, right, is it depends on what your expectations of Tottenham were at that start of the season. Like,
I'm sure you guys all heard about Thomas Frank.
This isn't. That's fine. Yeah, Thomas the Frank engine is some idiot fantasy like we call him. Like, listen, I never bought the hype in the first place. Like, yes, Frank is a good manager, okay, but I didn't expect anything from Tottenham this season. Them winning the trophy was disgraceful on your part last season, by the way.
I know.
However, in saying that, right, I didn't expect anything from them this season. So them being where they are and losing at home to Aston Villa, it brings joy. The way they played this season, like they've been hit and miss. They haven't been great. So I don't really have much to say about that club because I never expected much from them in the first place. Like, if I quickly put on the table while I'm talking at the moment, they're in 6th place. Like,
yeah, but it's still funny.
That's about where I kind of expected them anyway. So they're doing what I expected them to do from them. I don't see them in relegation. I don't see nothing from them. So yeah, they're not going to get any slack in the media if you're hoping for Frank to get criticised like Amarin, because there's no expectations on Tottenham, so it's just not going to happen. Like
then maybe it was just where I live. Maybe it's just about where I live.
Any higher than 6.
maybe it's just where I am in the Middle East, and everyone was just praising Thomas Frank, saying, "Oh, this is the guy that's going to help Tottenham get to the promised land." Even talking about competing with you for the title, and look across, look at Man United.
Yeah,
They
but
should have
what's the
gone for a
promise
manager
land?
like him. I'm just saying that's what the narrative was when
What's the
when
promised land?
this was the narrative after we lost a very tight game to you.
Isn't that what happens with Tottenham? I remember this as far back as AVB. He's meant to be the new Mourinho. Pochettino. Fucking when they got Jose, Trophy Mourinho. Like, it's what they do with Tottenham. They're dying for
Conte.
Tottenham to be this big.
Well.
Yeah, Conte. Even Ange was lauded because he had a good couple of weeks at the beginning of the season
exactly.
when he first got there. Bro, if you're wanting Tottenham to get criticised by the media, the one thing I can say I empathize with United fans is the treatment that our managers get. Because you see that guy they call Slot, yeah, I'm on him. Because the media will not be. They will not. Could you imagine if Amorim and Arteta lost 4 games on the bounce, and one of them was against the arch rivals, bro? After spending all that money in the summer, you can get away with it.
Can you imagine if you had spent that money in the summer? Oh my god!
So exactly. It's great business. Oh my god, they're moving like a big club. We wouldn't get that treatment, but neither Tottenham do. The likes of Tottenham do.
If you think about it, right? So with what we spent on Cunha, where everyone's saying we paid so much, and they spent double than what we have on same age and everything. I just don't understand how Arne Slot is a the whole Liverpool backroom staff and all the people that made the transfer decisions are geniuses for signing Isak, and then we spent half that on our players, and look at the backlash we got. Crazy.
They know how to rage bait us. That's what it is.
Oh yeah. But they know what they know the names that will sell. If you go on TalkSport, the main 2 topics are Arsenal, Man United. Arsenal, Man United. If Arsenal celebrate, they over celebrate. If Arsenal don't if Man
Did you hear about that? About
what one?
So we win at Anfield for the first time in 10 years, right? Don't even get me what Jurgen Klopp used to do all of that. Right? We won at Anfield, lost basically a last-minute goal, right? Back to the wall against their £400 million worth of talent on top of what they already had. We just got like this at the final whistle. I don't think Man United should over celebrate. It just shows how far they've fallen to celebrate like that. Bro, you're talking like we defeat Grimsby. What am I hearing?
You're not allowed to do that when you beat Liverpool. You just gotta get down the tunnel. Like Carragher said, just get down the tunnel.
Mad.
Dickheads, bro.
But did he forget all of that? Against West Brom when they came back to
they always forget.
They drew and started bowing, held hands and bowed. Fuck off, man.
Oh mate. All right, cool. That's it for me on this one.
The rules are always different. The rules are different. They know what sells, man. So that's why a lot of stuff that I see, anyway, I don't even. People post it in groups. I just don't even respond because it's not worth the time. They know what they're trying to do, and unfortunately, within the fan base, people buy, and then it just obviously gets them the views. It gets them
vicious cycle. Vicious cycle.
Exactly, it's a vicious cycle. So yeah, it's just one of those. We just have to accept it of the clubs that we are and what it does. But yeah, Tottenham, the Thomas Frank, all he does. I watched the game against Villa. It's funny because watching them, it's almost like it was Brentford in disguise. It's because he's pretty much does the same thing.
Yeah. He's trying to recreate.
Exactly. Right. He's trying to recreate it. It just because they play quite defensive, and obviously I always talked about. I think I put it in the group when everyone was talking about Arsenal's long throws. Blah. When I saw Spurs, they were white. They had towels on the side ready to go. So
both teams agreed. Both teams agreed to have towels. Yeah. That's why they could have towels. Imagine that. Imagine that. Pissed me off, man.
When Arsenal took a long throw on, apparently Stoke FC. Now everyone's doing a long throw. So
Stoke top of the league, though. Stoke top of the league.
Exactly. I want us to win every game with a corner. That'll be beautiful. Because when I hear the stat, if you took away corners, Arsenal would be mid-table. But corners are
that's
part
a
of
dumb,
football.
yeah, that's a dumb statement.
I don't get that.
Yeah, that's a dumb statement.
But yeah,
Real quick on
Well,
what you're
yeah.
seeing on Man City, because with Donnarumma, he seems to have brought calmness into that backline. Or
Yeah,
what do you,
jarring.
so it's not just Haaland. They actually,
yeah, because that's why Pep has changed. That's why I said you have to watch out for them, because Pep has realized I actually need a keeper who's actually good at stopping goals in. Because if you remember Edison,
yeah,
Man City could be cruising in the game 4-0, and then they always concede one stupid goal. It used to annoy me because I used to have him as my FPL keeper. So that's why I always used to remember, because the other team would do nothing for 90 minutes. They would have one shot against Edison. It goes in. His shot save. He couldn't actually save shots with his
yeah, I
feet.
agree.
He's better than most of the players on the pitch. But as an actual goalkeeper, he used to let in stupid goals. So when I knew they were getting Donnarumma, I knew they were getting a. As Arsenal fans, we know what he did, because he turns into Superman every time we play him.
Jarring.
So I knew it, and he may not be great with, and he doesn't do all this pass. He just kicks it long,
Yeah, straight.
and
Boom.
that's what you need. Get the ball as far away from your goal as possible, and he's making big saves. He's a big guy. So, but yeah, I'm. They're the ones I think we need to watch. But I wasn't on the show when after the transfer window, because then obviously did you do like a prediction, like get to revise your
No,
predictions?
I don't think we reviewed it. Did we? I don't think we did.
Okay. Yeah, because I would have changed it then, but I still would have had City, because I think the Liverpool not getting another defender, I think that was big.
Massive.
Slot doesn't trust Gomez, and he's shown it repeatedly.
Which I find odd.
Because when you take off Konate, then you drop Gravenberch back, and then another thing that John said, usually works. So unfortunately, he's not here to answer those ones.
That's four in a row, bro. So it can't be working that well.
Hey, if they don't beat Frankfurt, oh my days, I got 5 on it. Yeah, that's the song I'll be sending direct, John. Direct.
Big up John, though. Big up John.
I hope he's well. I hope he's okay, because
He's all right. John, he always does this, though. He always does this. John.
He always does. No, he always does this. But since we've been doing this, it's harder to do this and disappear when you have to come and speak. So if he has just, because I want to hear what he says when he finally responds in the group, because 24 hours you've been missing since your team lost. That is mad. And so he, like Gavin said, the next pod, I don't want to see no glasses. Put the medal down. I want to see, because
I want shirt and tie. You gotta look like you just come from church, rude boy. You have to look like you just come from church.
Yeah,
that's what I want to see. Humble. I want you to be humble.
You can't disappear for 24 hours, because if any of us did that, you have to come and take your licks, man.
His favorite line is "keep the same energy." That's all I want. I want him to
keep the same energy. I just want consistency. Energy. That's all I ask for.
Consistency.
I just want consistency. And he has not been consistent.
Oh, we love it.
Yeah. That's a true fact. So I'll end the show there. Liverpool again, bit of turmoil. Hopefully John joins us for the next show. Next up, I think they're away.
Or away to Brentford next.
There for them to get back on track, but so they're away to Brentford next. So that's a big game, in a consistent season. And then not too long after that, it's the Man City versus Liverpool game. And I'm going to reserve judgment on who I think will be, long way to go in the season. Things are looking good for us at the moment. Long may it continue. And on that note, guys, I just want to thank you for joining me. I want to thank the viewers for, getting this far and for putting up with my technical issues. Apologies for that, but the lad.
Oh, can I just say one thing as well? Before they play Man City, they play Real Madrid.
Carry the show throughout, so I appreciate all of
you. They do.
So rise, Trent, rise.
Inshallah, they'll be all right.
On that note, guys, I'm going to end the show there. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.